So now, karibu to Alboa Cinema. I hope you've been well. I have been well. Bit busy here and there, but I've been well. But since last week, actually, the series Mpakani, Story of the North. Yes, let me show you. It's on Netflix right now, as you can see there. 10 episodes. I've consumed all of them. So, it's always, something when we get some of our products on there at Netflix. So let's first, this is a review for what I think of it. I will start off by what I liked about it. And of course, I'll go to the parts where I didn't like, things I didn't like so much on, to deal with to various degrees. The idea, as always, is to try and give constructive criticisms, really without so much care as to how people, take it. Because I'm trying to be honest in a way to be able to make our industry better. Because a lot of us, most of the time we don't give each other constructive criticism or honest criticisms. So when it does happen, feelings are caught. But I dug deep, it's for me, I'm not really, lately I haven't really been able to binge and watch a whole season of something. So watu wa Mpakani mjue you've been honored by me binging your series. So anyway, let's go. What have I done? Tende. Mpakani, yes, there it is. There it is. Mpakani there. So let's go to IMDb and see what they are saying about it. So there it is. Mpakani Story of the North. So this is basically it's like a terrorist army police series, and that's basically the gist of it. I think there was so it was produced by Foxton Media. I heard of this company about 3 years ago. I've talked to a couple of people that work over there. So let's see Mpakani Story of the North. So let's see the synopsis. If you can read there, the synopsis here. An elite special intervention unit on the Kenya-Somali border must stop a notorious criminal from carrying out an attack in Nairobi. That's basically what it's about. So that's the synopsis. Now, let's talk cast first, for me. The cast there: Benson Ochungu Obiero, Brenda Acheng, who's also featured in our animation Book of Car, yes. Michael Munyoki, Brian Abaja, Mwaura Bilal, who I have to be honest, I really did enjoy his performance here. Emmanuel Mugo, Cloud Judah, and George Moore, also another legendary actor in our industry. I don't know why have they not put the pictures of these actors, but watu wa Foxton, mbona waweki picha hapo watu actors, so that we can let me click on all of these. I see if it will take me to Mwaura Burhan. Is there anything? Uradi, so they show you the others that they have been. Anywho, they need to put pictures for the actors. Nonetheless, now let's go to what I liked about this particular. Nakwambia, my friend, this series had budget. This series had budget. Let me show you. Now, because as far as I'm concerned, one of the bright spots of this series was the acting of Mwaura Bilal, who was, say, the main antagonist to a point. Spoiler, I'm not going to give you a spoiler there, to a point. So there is that. I think he came off. This guy, by the way, he's done so many different roles. I think he was in 40 Sticks also. He's been in a number of things, and he's always picking different roles, and anaibeba kabisa. And George Moore, who's also been around for quite a bit, also had a decent performance there. Brenda Acheng also had a decent performance up there. So that's as far as I'm concerned, that's one of the bright spots. The second one that I must commend cinematography. Where is that passion? The passion that did cinematography. Let me just, I have to big up these people, because I have to tell you, the cinematography on this series was very well done. There was, I think there is, why let me go to it and see the the crew. Sorry, I need to see the crew. Just give me a moment. Let me just get these people. Yes, there was Benson. No, what am I looking at? Paleni. Sometimes it's people, but we have to give big up, because I really like the way this thing was shot. I was curious as to who it was. Cinematography, Samuel Mwangi, Victor Omogo. You guys will come through mbaya sana. I really liked what you did there. I think the key grip here. Let's see the key grip. Key grip. Gregory Kiwo. Yes, Gregory. Hey, Gregory, wanamulifanya lighting hapo. Edison Okumu, John Wafula. That, for me, those are the two standout departments. And then the props, locations, you could tell that this thing was funded quite heavily, that there was something, like there was backing from it. So there was, if it's firearms, they looked, the real thing. If it was, I'm just going to cancel something here. If there was, what else? If there was uniforms, if they had, the vehicles. I could see some explosions there, and I think they had some practicals in terms of explosives and whatnot. So there was a lot that they had access to. So those are the things that I liked about it. And then those ones that you could tell that I think it should be one of our most expensive local series, fully done by locals, written by locals. I think it was written by Brian Munene and one or two other people. Screenwriter Gracie Rungu, series writing credits. So directed by Victor Gatonye, also 40 Sticks, and amefanya vitu zingine mingi, TV mostly. Now, that's well and good, but this series had a number of problems. But if you do watch it, of course, you'll see them quite obviously. First of all, other than the performances of a few of the actors, the rest of it, even like George Moore, who's normally like just a good actor normally, on this one, felt very robotic, and that went for many. Cloud Judah, many of these actors had very robotic performances. I suspect I know why, but that's one thing that you can't run away from. It didn't feel natural. The dialogue was forced, and I think they needed more time to acclimatize to the kind of lingo, say the security forces use, or police. Or I think we know, but it also needed a more grounded writer to put that dialogue together, to be able to make it more original, fluent, because the guys felt like they were reciting the lines, and it really was. Other than like Bilal, the rest of the people are really struggling. And the thing is this: when you're doing such a project, which is like funded by the security guys, the police or whatnot, there's very stringent ways that they want it done. So even the dialogue, how they say it, I know that they had some people who are like consultants from the security people who are giving, advice on what to do and what not. Those are usually the poison of creativity. I have to be honest with you. They're not creatives. They are bureaucrats. They're coming to oversee the interest of, say, the people who funded the series. By itself like that, it's not a bad thing. But in terms of commercial value and creativity and all that, it always hurts that. So you'll see the way they're trying to express themselves. It didn't come off as, like the way the normal cops would or whatnot, or the army guys. It felt forced. That is I really didn't like that part. Secondly, a lot of the plot line was about this Burhan fellow, the main terrorist person. But then there were a lot of these side plots of every person in the team. Oh, this one is the family, this one is gambling, this one is what, this one is his wife pregnant and what. And at some point in the middle of this 10-episode series, it's 10 episodes, it just devolved into this thing. They are trying to force these side plots to be more important than I felt they were in the story. Because if I remove them, my point was, if I remove those side plots, would it hurt the story? Would it be better? Would it... Because I wanted more of the plot of the bad guy scene. You know, because sometimes you'd like know, okay, so you'd know something is coming up because they just talk about it 15 or so minutes before. Like, it wasn't really urgent, then suddenly it's urgent, then it goes on to bring out the next phase of the plot. And it felt... Most of it didn't feel organic, right? It felt, the writing felt cranky that way. It didn't flow. Like if something happened, like at the very end, there was a post-credit scene in the last episode. That for me had more weight than almost the whole series, because of what happened and how what came out of that. And as far as I'm concerned, the way it went on, we only just knew of that post-credit scene about, it made around the last episode, so that it would kind of make sense, but it didn't make sense because it felt forced. Hata nilikuwa nimesahau kula tobacco. Najua squeeze ni my brand, squeeze. But now, the thing that, for me, it feels like every time we are trying to force, and then there was also the inevitable American dialogue. You know, there are these things they always have to put in there. And there was quite incidents of those. I know the writers, guys, just a bit more time on that, because nobody really likes those things, but they're repetitive. It feels the same. And then action scenes and whatnot. Wacha hapo kidogo. Action scenes. Now, there were quite there's one scene where one of the guys, the special forces guys, you know, was fought with this kind of group of thugs. That was one. I think that's the main one that I saw, with one person like arm to arm. But then there were a lot of shooting scenes and explosions, attack of the terrorists, and, you know, sometimes attacking the terrorists. So there was a lot of that, and it felt like every time, oh, we've gotten this report, the next thing you're seeing on the drone, people are just driving to the place, then there's then back. Sometimes people are coming, drone shot, then It felt like it had to be done because it's there, but a lot of the action didn't come off as authentic. The shooting, the VFX, like sometimes it would sound fine, sometimes it wouldn't. Sometimes you're seeing like the way the bullets are flying off and whatnot. Whoever was doing the tracking did not do the tracking properly, so it comes off odd. Then there was the tracking of the splatter of the blood when they shoot on the, you know, like those sniper scenes and whatnot. All that felt like, you know, Hollywood B3C movie. I know the budget is that, but you can't, those things can be done much better these days than the way it was. And I think sometimes they break your immersiveness when you're trying to enjoy it, then you see it looks a bit fake, so it takes you out of it. But I guess that's me. I really want to know, like, the normal people are not in this industry. If you see this video, what did you think of it? Just go watch 3 episodes. The first 2-3 episodes, for me, I was caught in. I think there was more, but the acting started getting into me. The robotic nature of it, the dialogue wasn't fluent. It wasn't good. It didn't feel like it's dialogue I would have, or any of us would have, in whatever circumstance. Yeah, I think what we do is that we write like foreigners, the dialogue, then we try and convert it to Swahili and Sheng and try and fit it in. Instead of just thinking, first of all, in the local lingo and Sheng and our vernaculars. Instead of thinking that first, then. So that's how it feels to me. So I don't know. I did really enjoy this series, despite all the things. I think it's a very, very good attempt by the people who did it. I wish that a lot of these other things that are reducing its value had been more keenly looked at. The direction, I think, there was very wanting on the performances of the actors. They just didn't look natural. Yeah. So, otherwise, you can go there, subscribe. Please leave me a comment there. Like kwanza, like algorithms, but algorithm. Like, so that the algorithm, we can push. I've gotten 300 subscribers already. Naskuma. I like to be more organic, so that you subscribe because you really want to, not because I'm pushing you to do it. And we are here for the long haul. The film ndio tumeanza. So we shall continue, but comment, share to people you think would like something like this, Otherwise,
subscribe to Alboa Cinema.